Hello everyone. So today something a little bit different. Thought we'd make Viggo out of clay. As you can see straight away, I have no idea what I'm really doing. I'm just trying to get the right sort of size as this big slug. So yeah, that's all I'm kind of working with at the moment. Just trying to get the head, his little cloak bit, because the first version I did, it came off a little weird looking. So it's quite a good thing that we had so many technical issues with that one. So here I'm just trying to dig out the hole for his little hood. And I realized very early on that I wanted it as rough as possible because of all the, little rips and tears in his coat and his cloak. And so, you know what, I was actually kind of inviting any messy bits. So yeah, I had to kind of work in layers because I couldn't figure out how to do it any other way. So strangely enough, the head gave me more trouble than the hood because I just couldn't get the right size for it. And then I forgot there had to be another little extra hood bit behind the hood, inner hood, hood. So yeah, this is what I'm trying to do, almost on camera. And yeah, it's actually really fun. And then I forgot there had to be like this weird little tongue bit because the idea of Viggo is that his cloak, his clothing is all, oh, I forgot the feathers. I've just realized now. Doesn't matter. So everything had to be kind of look like it has this life of its own because it's all one thing. And yeah, here we go. Little few details that you can't see because I have no idea how cameras work and focuses. And then once we got this little hood bit, I felt really comfortable with the rest of the character. And yeah, what am I making here? Oh yeah, it's me making a feather. I forget about this later on and accidentally use it for something else. I'm like, oh yeah, save that. I like that. But what I need to do probably is, I don't know, I'll have to try and glue it on later. There's a few little bits, and I just realized I forgot the spine bits as well. Doesn't matter, we can glue on that later. So yeah, there's me trying to stick it all on. And we're using polymer clay, I think. It's not like super sculpty, but it's something like that. It was cheap. I can't remember where we got it from, but it wasn't a lot. And there's me just trying to make sure that the hood kind of wraps around the head. And what I'm making is these little worms that I'm making the coat to sort of give them more texture and almost like the lines on clothing. So what I was doing is just using this funky little blue pen thingy to press down the front bit and then smooth off the back. So it kind of gives the impression that there's lots of layers. But please don't look underneath at any point because I didn't do the underneath because I thought, well, what was the point, And I wasn't really sure what I was doing anyway. And because of how small the miniature really was, I realized very early on I can't actually get to the certain points of it. So yeah, the right side of Viggo is not really done, but if you pretend that it is, then yeah, it's a fantastic little model. But yeah, this was a blast making, and I mean the only reason I did this was because I wanted to do the play testing for the game, and I needed a miniature to move around and play with, and yeah, that was the idea. There's the little mushroom on Viggo's little hood, and then you had this one little stick poking out. So trying to get that to just stay, even though I kept moving around. And yeah, so oh dear, what is he? Funny little chap. What am I working on now? Oh yeah, just more cloth. And I was thinking, actually, I want it all ripped and I want it all messy. And I think I keep playing with this idea of like, how do I make the clothing look real? How do I layer it and, you know, make it as messy as possible? Because that was the idea. And that was quite lucky actually, because my drawings are quite messy. So I thought, well, no, sculpture needs to look the same. Yeah, I think I find my favorite thing to use is this little needle tool. And to be honest, at some point I just started doing dot work because I don't know what else to do. So yeah, just wanted to give all the textures I could so it looks like the the image on the left, as you can see, out of focus horrendously. And yeah, just what I was trying to do is like pull the piece of clay together using this little needle just so it held on, because I have no idea if it's going to bake correctly or not. Currently, Viggo's in the oven, so fingers crossed he does okay. And then some more little worms made into little scarves, and then textured and prodded and poked, and yeah, it's quite cool, the little details. Unfortunately, I do squash a lot of the details because I realized fairly soon on I can't hold Viggo, because obviously the clay was quite soft and malleable, and every time I put my thumb on it, I ruin all the details. So I think after about an hour or so doing Viggo, I kind of lose the plot, and I'm like, I don't care anymore. He's just gonna be who he's gonna be. So yeah, that's kind of where we got to. But yeah, just lots of little dot works and making it rough and trying to have all these nice. Oh, this is me trying to pull out a dog hair. And it just wouldn't come out. So I thought, well, okay, maybe a bit more texture, real textures. And yeah, this is me moving around the scarves and just trying to figure out as I go along how it, how I can actually do it. Oh, making another wormy deal. I think I just make a lot of wormy dealio kind of things going on, and then I stick it on, and then I play around. And yeah, basically it's a 20-minute video of seeing that I don't actually know what I'm doing. I just make it up as I go along using the mumbling system. Yep, you can use it for 3D modeling as well. Yeah, so I was just trying to kind of draw with the pin, if I'm honest. Just trying to get these layers and yeah, have it interesting looking. Because at the end of the day, Viggo's just a slug with arms. So if you think about it like that, it's not too bad. What am I doing now? Oh, the thigh. Yeah, so I had to keep cutting down on this just so, because you don't actually see a lot of the thigh, but I wanted that shape. So when I started doing more clothing and cloth hanging off it, yeah, it gave the sense of it being real. What am I doing now? Oh yes, of course, more little shredded bits and pieces. Yeah, so yeah, he's not very big. Oh, Viggo, he's only, because I wanted him actual miniature size, and because we don't have a 3D printer, my partner used a lot of clay, so she kind of took me through how clay works and how I need to build it from the inside out. And unfortunately, a lot of the time I wasn't actually doing those things, and instead did the hardest possible way of doing it. But that's really on me. So yeah, all good. And to be honest, I really enjoyed actually doing this little project because, I gave it life to the actual little game I'm working on as well, and it just felt kind of, real when I was doing it. Well, the first half anyway, and then I got really frustrated because I couldn't hold the other side. So yeah, I only did one side and the top of Viggo, and then the rest is just kind of like a stand. But you know what, clever camera angles when I'm doing the little play test, no one will ever know. So what am I doing now? Yeah, just adding more of these little wormy bits, just so I can add, yeah, a bit more texture, so it looks like the clothing sort of hanging off. And yeah, the rougher the better actually. And I think I put a little bit of a rope, because in the drawing there's a little rope. Oh, you know what? I forgot the ballad as well. I'm watching and thinking about what I did, and actually I've missed quite a few little bits, but we should be able to put them on afterwards, hopefully. Yeah, I can just stick it on, right? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, not too bad for the first time, I think. It was actually really fun. And it was really different to do something like this. I don't really do any clay work now, so it was nice to go back and have a bit of fun. So yeah, these blue, they're like rubber sort of ended things, and they're really good for just putting a little bit of pressure, but you don't cut into the clay. It's just a smooth little tool. It's good. And we got them from Amazon or something for like £3 for our little pack. And there's the rope, and there's me trying to figure out how to do rope textures. Oh, come on, camera. Come on, camera. Well, you can't see. Oh, there we are. So yeah, I think I come back to the rope in a bit because it's not quite ropey enough. I don't know what that teeny tiny little bit is. Oh, I think that was the bell I was trying to put on, and it just didn't look right. And I knew I was going to knock it off anyway. So I thought, oh, you know what? I'd leave that for now, and then I'll come back to it. And the bizarre camera change is because I forgot to film for a little bit, and then I'd done all sorts of bits, and I put them on books and stacks and try to make a little stand to hold Viggo, but it wasn't quite working. So there's the back leg, well, his right leg, and I did have a plan to sort of give him, 3 big claws hanging down, but I just couldn't find a way to hold him. So in the end, it's kind of like 2/3 of a miniature finished, because I only need, the one side kind of visible. But yeah, it was very fun actually. Never again, but very fun. I think next time I just ask my partner nicely to make me a little miniature, and then we can send it off to get 3D printed. I think that makes more sense. Yeah, so using this little blue dude to give a little bit of texture, sort of like cloth, and then, yep, I'm just doing dot work on clay, which is kind of weird actually, but the more I look at him, he just kind of looks like he's a little larvae or something, doesn't it? Larvae wearing a coat. Strange as all. Yeah. So yeah, I've made a little hole underneath so I can stick my finger in it, and then it's all balancing. But the whole time it was about a second away from falling, so it was a precarious little job. And then this is just me layering up and adding more little bits. And to be honest, without the little dots and dot work, I think it would feel very, very bland, very plain, and kind of crap. So I'm glad I started doing all the dotting. Yeah. I don't think there's much more to it than that before I start actually adding limbs. I think we're coming up to that point anyway. So yeah, just trying to find nice little bits just to add a little bit more something to it. And there's my little, oh dear, little makeshift table with half a pencil stuck in him. Poor little dude. And then here's the armature wire, and I'm just sort of figuring out where the arm's going to go, how it's going to sit. And I think there is a possibility that I may have muddled up the arms, because I don't know, when I was actually doing it, it felt like it was the wrong size, but maybe that was just me. Fingers crossed anyway, but it actually turns out kind of okay, so I'm happy with it. So yeah, I couldn't figure out how to get the clay on the armature wire the best way, so I would roll it out and then make like a sausage, but I don't know, it was really fiddly, and I don't know if, I mean, honestly, I don't really know what I'm doing, but it was these little details that really made it a difficult little make. But then again, it is quite small, so I don't think maybe, I don't have the skill for one, or the tools. Actually, that's a lie. I probably do have the tools, I just don't know what I'm doing. So that's the first time popped in with this little arm, and then try and give a little bit of texture and just clean that up a little bit. And yeah, and then it's coming for the next arm. Again, I'm sort of wrapping around and then kind of figuring out how to do the rest of the things, like the little claws and stuff. So I think this one I just made, instead of the 3, made 2, and it's just, yeah. So I don't think he's even an inch long, so he's only a little chap, so he only needs little claws, I think. What was this one? Yeah, I just couldn't get this claw right. And then his arm felt really like chunky and not quite how it looks like in the image, but I thought that's kind of as good as I'm going to get, so I didn't want to worry about it too much. And then I think I'm putting another piece of cloth on it. Yeah. And I just thought, it just needs like this like flowing robe bit. And then using my little needle thingy to just poke it all on, and make all kind of look the same thing. Oh gosh. You know what's even harder talking about clay making when you don't actually know what you're doing clay making? Very, very tricky stuff. Yeah. We get to the point where I'm like, oh no, I forgot to do details on the hood, so I've gone back to it, and I can't believe this little hood, which is less than a millimeter thick, it was just holding on, even though I was poking and prodding it the entire time. Yeah, just little details. That's what I wanted to do, and then I think it's around this time that I realized I forgot to do the bag. So, oh yeah, that's me doing the bag. And the first time I did this for the first miniature, which we didn't record because of technical issues, the bag was really good. I was like, yeah, I can do a bag. And then when I went back to it, I thought, oh, I can't remember how to do a bag. But I did do a nice little roly-poly for the where the sticks go. And, I just realized I forgot to put the sticks in there as well. So maybe this is Viggo pre-foraging. He's got no sticks left. Or yet. Yeah. And then I think, just put little bits of cloth on the top of that as well. Yeah, like I said, I'm making it up. And I just wanted something to be able to use for when I do the little video testers of the game itself. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to say, if any of you are new to the channel, it's your first time here, welcome. This is all making for a little game. Yeah. And if you're an old friend of the channel, welcome back. It's always good to see you and hope you're all well. What am I doing now? I have no idea. I'm off camera. Oh, back on camera. What am I doing? Oh, yeah. So I was making this arm. And again, this is an arm I really struggled on because this had to hold quite a bit of weight of the character itself. And I did the arm slightly wrong angle. So it was a little bit tricky to actually take the weight. So I do some really sketchy stuff underneath, and I sort of like add this little base bit underneath Viggo, which kind of works actually, and hopefully it won't look too awful when he's all finished. But I guess when he pops out of the oven, silly, or give him a little paint, and not that I'm a painter, it'll probably be more likely than not black or grey or something. Even though it's already grey. So maybe not grey, maybe black. Something flash and cool. And yeah, we'll see how we do actually. And then if there's anything, little bits and pieces I need to add on to it, then I can do that at a later date. This again, just adding layers upon layers of little shredded cloth and then trying to interact it with the little bits I've already got there. So it kind of all looks like there was some sort of plan and preparation for it and not just me making it up. Alright, little feet. Try and do a little bit of details, but the feet were a little bit wobbly because, like I said, I don't know what I'm doing. And then a bit more detail on the back. And then I think I've just got the little scythe arm to do now, which, oh dear, it's a shame the camera didn't actually capture that a little bit because it was fantastic. You have to take my word for it. It was just incredible workmanship. And definitely wasn't made up and looked terrible. So what I'm doing off camera here, I don't know, casting a spell or something, and then back. And what am I doing? Be a good idea if I was on camera, wouldn't it? Okay, so this is me making the little stand, and it's really rough, but I just wanted that top bit to be able to be seen by the camera when we do the playthroughs, and anything else wasn't really that important for now. And there's me struggling to make a scythe. I made the scythe really good at one point, and then when I'm sticking it on Viggo, I realized that it's the wrong angle, and then I accidentally squeezed the scythe itself and not the metal bit. So, look, it's really cool. It's the wrong angle, but I thought it was quite good. If it was just in focus. You have to take my word for it. It was brilliant. And then when I put it on, I realized it's not quite right. And yeah, and then when I go to move it, when do I do it? I can't remember when I do it, but I bump it. I might have already done that now, but I bump it and it bends all the scythe bit at the top, which was a shame, but again, it's just practice, isn't it? And the next time. Oh, anyway, whoa, we're here. We're finished. Thank you so much to everyone. Thank you so much for all the kind comments and loveliness, and hope you enjoyed it. You all take care. Bye-bye.